Hi everyone, and welcome to Vegan Nutrition 101. I am here today with Jack Norris, who's a registered dietitian. He's the co-founder of Vegan Outreach, and he's the author of the book Vegan for Life, which is all about vegan nutrition. As vegans, we all get asked, where do we get our protein? So, Jack, where do you get your protein, and what exactly is protein?
Protein is made up of amino acids, and all plant foods have protein and all the amino acids, but some have more amino acids than others. The best sources of protein for vegans are legumes, which include beans, peanuts, peas, lentils, and soy foods. And quinoa is another food that is very high in protein and has a good ratio of all the amino acids. So vegans should be eating at least 2 to 3 servings of those foods each day, and then you're fine. And most vegans automatically do that and they don't have to worry about it. But if you don't eat those foods, then you should be paying attention to your protein, and you can read about that in my book, Vegan for Life.
Another nutrient that vegans should be aware of is iron. So Jack, where do you get your iron as a vegan?
So iron is very prevalent in plant foods, and vegans have high iron intakes. The one problem is that iron is not as easily absorbed from plant foods. Studies on vegan men show that our iron status is fine, but some vegan women will have a hard time absorbing iron. The best way to counter that is to eat vitamin C with meals. So if you drink a small glass of orange juice with your meal, vitamin C greatly increases iron absorption.
Great. And what are some foods that iron is present in?
Whole grains are a good source of iron. Beans, a lot of plant foods are high in iron. Leafy greens, yes.
Okay, calcium. So calcium is another big one that we get questions on all the time. If you go to anyone walking down the street and ask them where they get their calcium from, most likely their answer will be cow's milk. Jack, will you tell us a little bit about all the great plant sources where you can get calcium from?
Yes, I will. But first I will say real quickly that a lot of vegans are not getting enough calcium, so this is a very important nutrient for vegans to be aware of and to be paying attention to. The best sources of calcium are certain leafy greens, which are collard greens, broccoli, kale, turnip, and mustard greens. And the only other way to really get enough calcium is to drink fortified non-dairy milk or to take a calcium supplement.
Fortified orange juice maybe as well.
And fortified orange juice, anything fortified. It has, most fortified foods have 300 milligrams of calcium, which is a good amount. Okay, so those are the good sources.
Great.
Covered it.
I highly recommend that you guys look a little more into calcium and all these other nutrients in his book. Of course, he goes much more in depth, so you can figure out exactly how to eat to make sure that you're getting the maximum amount of all these nutrients. So Jack, I hear that iodine is a really important nutrient, but it's not something that I hear about very often in the vegan community. So can you tell me, what's the scoop with iodine?
Yes. If you do not eat seaweed or iodized salt regularly, like on a daily basis, or at least a couple times a week, then you should be taking an iodine supplement. Now, iodine is found in most vegan multivitamins, so if you take that, you're probably covered. But if not, you should get a iodine supplement from the store and pop one of these every couple days.
So Jack, speaking of supplements, there are a couple foods that aren't found readily in most plant foods. They're the most common plant foods that we eat on a daily basis. Can you tell me about some of those?
Yes. So one is omega-3s, and it's a very complicated subject, and it gets into different types of omega-3s, but the short answer is, to be sure you're getting enough omega-3s, take a DHA supplement. And vitamin B12 is the other one. It's a little more simple. You can either get it from fortified foods if you eat them on a daily basis, or you should take a multivitamin with vitamin B12 on a daily basis, or you should take a vitamin B12 supplement.
And you can find those at all your natural food stores.
Just about anywhere, yes.
Now let's talk about vitamin D. Jack, where can you get vitamin D from as vegan, or as anybody?
So most people get vitamin D from the action of sunshine on their skin. But some people fall short. They don't either get enough sun or their skin doesn't make the vitamin D readily. Now, most vegans seem to be fine on vitamin D, but occasionally I run into vegans who have become fatigued and they found out their vitamin D levels were extremely low. So I recommend that you take a vitamin D supplement, especially in the winter when you're not getting much sunshine. They're very inexpensive from Whole Foods or many other natural food stores.
Great. So these were some of the nutrients that vegans often have questions about. Jack, is there anything else that you want to tell everybody?
Yeah, I'd like to say one thing, and that is that vegans don't need to be nutritionists, but you do need to be aware of the nutrients that are important. And if you're not, you might find that yourself running into health issues down the road, and that's not good for you, and it's not good for veganism.
Mm-hmm. So I highly recommend that everyone picks up a copy of this book. I think it's something that every vegan should read and should be aware of. Vegan for Life by Jack Norris and Ginny Messina. You can also find a lot of more current and up-to-date nutrition information relevant to vegans on Jack's blog, jacknorrisrd.com, and I will link that below. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. For more vegan videos, visit veganbreak.com, and please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.